My name is Bob Miller, and I'm the adjutant for Frank Creason, Post 24 American Legion, here in Lake Geneva. Unfortunately, we've had to cancel our Memorial Day parade and program, but that's not going to stop us from honoring our fallen veterans. So on behalf of Commander Len Jagursky and all of the members of Post 24, we bring you greetings on this Memorial Day. On this day, we gather to remember and honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of our country. It's very gratifying to see that flags will still be placed in cemeteries across this nation in memorial to those veterans. Servicemen and women serve with great pride under the banner of our country, affectionately called the Stars and Stripes, the Red, White, and Blue, or simply Old Glory. Our military continues to protect this country and our freedoms. When someone joins the armed forces, they take an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. Our flag becomes a powerful symbol and reminder of that oath. How powerful? I have a simple, short story that perfectly exemplifies this strength. This was written by Leo Thorsness, Colonel, United States Air Force retired, Medal of Honor recipient. He writes, "You've probably seen the bumper sticker somewhere along the road. It depicts an American flag accompanied by the words, 'These colors don't run.' I'm always glad to see this because it reminds me of an incident from my confinement in North Vietnam at the Hao Lo POW camp, or as it became known as the Hanoi Hilton. I hope I pronounced that right. Then a major in the U.S. Air Force, I had been captured and imprisoned from 1967 to 1973. Our treatment had been frequently brutal. After 3 years, however, the beatings and torture became less frequent. During the last year, we were allowed outside most of the days for a couple of minutes to bathe. We showered by drawing water from a concrete tank with a homemade bucket. One day, as we stood by the tank, stripped of our clothes, a young naval pilot named Mike Christian found the remnants of a handkerchief in a gutter that ran under the prison wall. Mike managed to sneak that grimy rag into our cell and began fashioning it into a flag. Leo continues, "Over time, we loaned him a little soap and he spent days cleaning the material. We helped by scrounging and stealing bits and pieces of anything that he could use. At night, under his mosquito net, Mike worked on the flag. He made red and blue from ground up roof tiles and tiny amounts of ink and painted the colors onto the cloth with watery rice glue. Using thread from his own blanket and a homemade bamboo needle, he sewed on the stars. Early in the morning, a few days later, when the guards were not alert, he whispered loudly from the back of our cell, 'Hey gang, look here.' He proudly held up this tattered piece of cloth, waving it as if it were in a breeze. If you used your imagination, you could tell it was supposed to be an American flag. When he raised that smudgy fabric, we automatically stood and saluted. Our chests puffed out, and more than a few had tears in their eyes. About once a week, the guards would strip us, run us outside, and go through our clothing. During one of those shakedowns, they found Mike's flag. We all knew what would happen. That night, they came for him. Night interrogations were always the worst. They opened the cell door and pulled Mike out. We could hear the beginning of the torture before they had even had him in the torture cell. They beat him most of the night. About daylight, they pushed what was left of him back through his cell door. He was badly broken, even his voice was gone. Within 2 weeks, despite the danger, Mike scrounged another piece of cloth and began another flag. The stars and stripes, our national symbol, were worth the sacrifice to him. Now, whenever I see the flag, I think of Mike and the morning he waved that tattered emblem of a nation. It was then, thousands of miles from home, in a lonely prison cell, that he showed us what it was like to be truly free. Now those are extremely powerful words from Leo, former POW. It shows how a powerful piece of cloth with white stars on a blue background and red, white, and stripes can be. It represents courage, honor, freedom, loyalty, but most of all, it represents home. It's a symbol of inspiration for veterans, and it should be for every citizen of this country. So the next time you see a flag in a parade or you hear the national anthem, please stand with your right hand over your heart and you remember, it is the veteran who has sacrificed, not the professional athlete, to give us freedom of speech. It is the veteran who has sacrificed, not the reporter, to give us freedom of the press. It is the veteran who has sacrificed, not the campus organizer, to give us the freedom to demonstrate. It is the veteran who has sacrificed, not the lawyer, to give us the right to a fair trial. And on this Memorial Day, we remember, it is the veteran who serves under the flag, who salutes the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. Thank you again for being with us here today, remembering those who have fallen in the spirit of this great nation. God bless.
We deck their graves alike today with flowers fresh and fair, and o'er each grassy mound of clay we lay our flowers with care, as o'er each sleeping hero's head our offerings are placed. The bravery of our honored dead shall never be erased. We deck their graves alike today and raise our anthems high for those who fell while far away beneath the distant sky. Our country calls for gallant